Hello, happy Tuesday. We are just starting our third and final live, our fireside chat with Marina Cruz. She should be joining shortly. Let me see if oh, wait. There we go. There she is. She'll be coming. She'll be coming. She'll be coming. Anyways, I hope that you have all had a good week. There's Marina now. So far, we're about to make it even better with our chat with Marina. We're going to talk about all things travel, cross cultural experience, being outside of your comfort zone, using all these opportunities to be able to see yourself in a different light and use that new and improved version of yourself to create change. And of course, talk about our Global Girls Run the World fundraising campaign that's in its final week. We've got 6 days. It ends on Sunday. I'm going to start out this, before I even say hi to Marina. Hi, Marina. I'm going to start out by saying, those are girls. Hello. By saying that we are about to lower our target to 25,000 pounds to make it more attainable, to push, because this is like an urgent appeal. We are raising this money for our programming to run in September. If we do not reach 25,000 pounds, we will have to cut some of our programming in September, which means about 150 girls will not be able to access our program. And we'll talk about what that program means. So this is urgent. So as you're watching this, as you're listening, thank you. Our girls are like so sweet. You are great. As you're listening, please keep this in mind. Please give what you can. Please share. We have to reach this target. Otherwise, our programming will be cut. So that's where we're at. It's important to just be honest, right? So anyways, Marina, how are you?
Hello. I'm very good. You had a very important message to deliver.
Exactly.
So I just want to reinforce that, guys. It's very important to just donate like any amount, like starting with little, but it's important that we mobilize ourselves to help out because it's little by little that we reach. So yeah. Hi, Jules.
Hi. Good to see you. You are far away in Thailand.
Yes.
Now, so it's evening time for you. So you look more awake than I would be at, what is it, 9 o'clock at night for you or something like that.
It's 9 p.m. right now. Yeah.
Well done. So let's jump in. Firstly, thank you for giving us your time and your energy and your ideas. You came to us through one of our volunteers, Natalia, who's also from Brazil. We run this entire fundraising campaign through volunteers. So there's just only 2.5 staff in our team, plus my dog, Lua, who might come and join us shortly. She's getting up and stretching, getting ready to come. So all of this is done through volunteers. So you came to us through Natalia, who's one of our amazing volunteers, who's been working with us weekly since November, right? Yeah. So I don't know a whole lot about you, so I'm just eager to like jump in. So can you tell us who you are? Give us an introduction, be as creative as you want. Yeah, just have some fun and let us.
Sure. Thank you, Jules. So I'm a journalist from Brazil and also a traveler, mostly a traveler nowadays. 5 years ago, almost, I left Brazil to start my own journey, traveling solo. So I started in Africa, South Africa to be more precise. Then I went all the way up through Mozambique, Tanzania, Kenya, Ethiopia, Egypt. I traveled through some countries in Asia as well. And my main goal, it started with, I felt very bothered when I started studying about the journey of the hero, and I didn't hear about the journey of the heroine. Like women as leading roles in their own journeys.
Mm-hmm.
So I started traveling with this from a personal sense of searching, like
Mm-hmm.
searching for myself, but also with the goal to connect to women in different countries that I visited.
Mm.
So as a journalist, that's where this jumps in, like this whole passion I have with sharing stories, writing about stories, but mostly about learning about different realities of women in other countries. I
Right.
did have a theory that more and more it's getting more solid, that before our nationalities, before being Americans or Chinese, before speaking Portuguese or Spanish,
Yeah.
we connect in a deeper level, a primary level, which is to be women.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter the language we speak. As a smile, you understand, it doesn't matter the language, you understand what it means when
Yeah.
someone smiles. So to be a woman, I do believe it's something with that strength of symbolism, you know?
Yeah.
Like we do understand what it is to be a woman. We do share struggles. We do also share our strength as well, and it's so powerful to share stories, like precisely because women, we tend to think that we're isolated in our own realities, not only as individuals but culturally as well.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've been finding, like traveling through different countries, is how we do have common problems. We do have common struggles, and when women connect, when we share our stories, we're able to multiply our sense of reality, so we can burst a bubble in which we are in. If we are born in a reality that is molded, and especially talking about girls that are living in villages or in communities that are very tight and culturally tight as well,
Mm-hmm.
like it's super important for them to multiply this sense that there are other realities and other, but at the same time, like we do have other women that are connecting those struggles as well. So we amplify our voices as well in that sense. So
Uh,
it's a little bit around there. So that's what I've
I,
been doing all along, while
okay.
also leading some expeditions for women, like to
Right.
incentivize women to travel more and
Right.
more and to expand their own sense of reality, but also getting out of the comfort zone as well, which
Yeah.
is where we grow.
Right. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. Thank you. So, I mean, it helps to lead us into, I think, a few different places that, that we want to go. Right. So I think, firstly, not everybody knows this story, but before I started Global Girl Project, I was also, I haven't called myself a traveler. I'm an explorer. I like to go to new places, even if it's like in the same city. I live on a boat right now, and I go to different places every 2 weeks, and I love exploring the new place, a new shop, new walk. But for me, so this is sort of, a number of years ago when I was a younger version of myself, and I was in Tibet, and I was just sitting there having, a drink or a rest, and a sort of very old Tibetan lady was sitting next to me, and we sat together for hours and we talked. We didn't know each other's language. We're obviously from very different generations. We were from completely different parts of the world, but we talked and we communicated and we connected. And it was very much from that experience and a number of experiences I had on my journeys that really showed me how linked we are and how much the same we are, and that Global Girl Project is really exists to fight against, the patriarchal and the colonial idea that we are all separate, that we are all different. And you and I, we spoke about this yesterday. It's like that, the best way to control the majority of the world, which is girls and women, is to isolate them from each other, right?
Yes.
When we are isolated, we are much easier to control. And so Global Girl Project exists as the builder of a network and the holder of a movement. That's what we're doing, right? So through all of our programming, and that's why it's called Global Girl Project, we are running programming that connects girls to themselves, but then connects them to other girls all throughout the majority world who are going through the exact same program on the same journey as they are, right? So that is really why we exist, because we know that if our girls can all be connected to each other, they are so much more powerful against those, you know, patriarchal, white, patriarchal, colonial ideas of who they should be as women, right?
Yes.
And so I guess, you know, my question for you is, because our programming is really about a journey. You know, we started, initially we started as an exchange program. Our first girls were actually from Brazil. We then moved our exchange program to Nepal, and we had girls from Haiti and Rwanda and Pakistan and Nepal and Sierra Leone. And it was travel, right? But then we had to change it because of the pandemic, but we changed it also because we want to reach the girls who are the most marginalized, the girls who cannot leave home because of the cultures that they've grown up in, right? The idea that one can travel and cross borders is an idea of privilege, right? We are
Yes.
privileged to be able to do that. There are millions of people who cannot cross borders. Many of them are girls. And so, you know, we wanted to be able to provide an opportunity for that journey to girls who cannot and will not leave home, right? And so
Yes.
what I wonder, from somebody who has done her own journey and somebody who has led journeys for others, what sort of impact have you seen a journey have on how you see yourself, how the women that you work with see themselves, and, you know, how they've used that to be able to live different lives? What is the impact of a journey, and why would we want our girls to go on one?
So it all starts, Jules, with getting out of your comfort zone. And by comfort zone, it could be like the reality and the narratives that we are used to since we are like kids, since we are girls. We are socialized, we are raised in certain ways and with certain beliefs that talk a lot about our self-competence and self-confidence. For example, our ability to lead, our ability not only to lead like in society roles, but to lead our own lives as well.
Times, yeah.
So many cultures, we were just talking about the privilege of traveling. Many cultures that I visited, girls, they cannot go anywhere without a male companion. It should be a father or a boyfriend, or not a boyfriend, but the husband. But
not a boyfriend, a
yeah,
brother or a husband.
yeah, husbands.
Yeah.
So the thing is, like, they don't have this independence. But you know, there's an image that I carry that is, I don't know if you ever come across, that is the elephant that is attached by a string on its foot. So it has strength to leave if it wants, but it doesn't know it has the strength.
Yeah.
So it has this mindset that that is very limiting. So whenever we do clash these realities, when we visit a different culture, or even by learning stories of other women, and for that, like, kudos to internets, like it's a tool that we can use for good, and especially talking about this whole thing about how privileged it is to travel, how many girls don't have access to that. But through this kind of connection, like just to connect stories and connect women, so leaving the comfort zone and actually learning that there is more out there and that there are other realities. So whenever you get out of the comfort zone, you are pushed to grow. You're pushed to confront everything you know that was true until then.
Yeah.
And if it's not like this, then how is it? And it just pushes you through the journey, like to go on your own search as well.
Yeah.
But to know that you're not alone in that journey, it's also very important. So I can give so many examples of women that I've met on my way, but also from even from the groups that I lead in expeditions to Everest Base Camp Trek, for example. Just this pushing boundaries makes them realize that they are capable of so much more.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it defies whatever they learned about their own confidence and their own leadership skills as well.
Yeah.
So I've also seen this in Morocco, for example. I visited a village there that had an association built by women, and it was a village that culturally, like many women, some just a few years ago, they never left the house
Mm.
because they had this belief, like the cultural belief was that women they couldn't be around, like they should be at home. So it was one girl that had the support of her father, which is very symbolic as well, like to have the father supporting girls, which is very important as well.
Yeah.
So it's not only the girls' mindsets that we have to help, like support, right? But it all started with one girl that she could leave the village to study, and
Mm.
when she came back, she told other girls, and more girls were able to go and study as well, and they started this association a couple of years later,
Right.
and actually that started changing the mentality in the whole village.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
gives me
Totally. Yeah.
goosebumps because it's very powerful, it's just this
Yeah.
thing about giving opportunity to girls,
Yeah.
and like a whole community can change from that.
Absolutely.
So
And that's, and that's, it's a great example of what we're doing at Global Girl, right? And we are, the idea for us, we were just meeting with a possible new partner in Nigeria this morning, and we're talking about, we want we work in partnership. So we work with organizations from the communities we work in on the ground who have expertise in what the community needs. And our goal is to have long, long relationships with those organizations, because we want 200, 300, 500 girls in that community to have gone through our leadership training, to become a part of our global network, and to be continuing to not only lead, but then continuing how to teach other girls how to lead,
mhm,
right? And
mhm.
that's how a community changes. And that's exactly what we're doing at Global Girl Project. Um, and I think that
This,
also that piece around doing something outside your comfort zone, or something that you didn't know you could do. It's, again, for us, our mission is, it has the word mobilization in it, which we were talking about before,
yeah,
which is about action. If you know me as a person, you know that I really always want to be improving and getting better and taking action, right? And so, it's really about what are you going to do with what you learn? So our girls create their own events so that community members can see them leading, and our girls also create their own projects to teach others, because that it is really about you doing so that you can see your own power, which again is kind of, for us, replace when we did travel with the girls, and then we went on treks and we did that kind of stuff. They actually have, it's the same outcome, that they get to see how strong they are,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And I think that's the piece for your supporters to know, right? Is that you and I are people of privilege who are able to cross borders, who are able to experience firsthand different cultures. It has changed certainly who I am as a person, and I know it has for you and for many,
yeah,
many, many, many others. And that opportunity to feel connected to a larger world, that opportunity to know that you're not alone, and to know that you're not isolated, and the opportunity to go on a journey, whether it is
yeah,
physically or within yourself, is is the most important thing to be able to create change. And that we know that when we do that for our girls, which is what we do at Global Girl Project, they then take that back to their communities and
yeah,
they implement that change. And when they have children, they will do that with their children, and they give back to their communities, because that's what women do. That is what women do,
yes,
right?
yes, yes.
Um, and so I guess what we're basically out of time, which is, this is always what happens. But what the piece to put out there, and I'll tail end it again, is that we are a feminist charity led by a Black queer woman with a board of women, mainly of all different colors. We work in the majority world with all girls and women. And because of that, we need your support. Without it, in September, about 150 girls will not be able to go on this journey.
Yes.
Right? So if
Yes.
you are somebody who's had a journey, whether it's been you've been on a train, a plane, a car, or if you just have the freedom and autonomy in your life to make choices, then I hope that you can then look at this and see that what Global Girl Project is offering our partners and our girls is the ability to also access that journey, right? So
Yeah.
the link should be in the chat. I haven't seen it come up. Camille, if you're watching, please put the link in the chat. We need your support. We need you to donate. We need you to share. Do you want to say anything
Yeah.
yourself about that?
I do have some inputs on how precious is your work in this sense, because what you're offering to these girls is for them to create different references about themselves through action, through like really living experiences and the journey itself. What it does to women and to girls is to give an opportunity for them to create different references of what they knew about themselves before. So
Yeah,
with these new references, they can access them to create new realities as well. And this is huge. You know, this is
yeah,
huge. And another input is that it's not only about girls, like 150 girls that would lose the program, right? We're talking also about 150 families, actually. It's not only the
exactly.
girls,
Not
it's
just
their
girls.
families, it's
You're
all
right.
the people around them, it's the
It's the
community.
community
So,
member. Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right.
so we're talking about like it's more, it's bigger
Yeah,
than,
yeah,
and the impact is very important of what we're doing. And again, like any amount that people can donate is very, very, very important.
yeah. Anything,
So,
anything. Yeah.
and even,
Thank you.
sorry, Jules,
No,
just one
go
last
on,
thing, like
continue. I'm
even
just like,
if
yes, I agree. It's amazing.
yeah, even so guys, even if you don't have anything to donate, for example, but it's just about, then share this live with friends and family, share with people that can maybe help, be able to help. It's about spread of word as well,
Yeah,
and supporting the project in ways that however you can.
yeah,
And that's how like we will change the world. I think we also have this limiting belief. I did learn this while traveling as well, while supporting a project in Kenya.
mm-hmm.
I was really overwhelmed when I arrived at this project, thinking like, who am I to help 21 women? It was a project that they assist women by teaching sewing skills,
Mm-hmm.
like to use sewing machines, and they really needed help at that point. And I was like very overwhelmed, like who am I to help? Like I couldn't help financially, but then my idea was to create a crowdfunding campaign. That's what
Mm-hmm.
I did. But I was really like, oh my god, I have a week for this. I don't know if I'm gonna be
Mm-hmm.
able, but I'll do whatever I can.
Yeah, yeah,
Jules, more than 100 people in Brazil donated, and they were able to continue the project for another season. So that actually, like, why I'm telling this story is because we think that we're not enough, or that,
mm-hmm.
oh my God, we're not gonna, who am I to change the world? It's not about changing the world. It's about changing, for example, 21 worlds. It's
Mm-hmm.
about changing 150 worlds
Mm-hmm.
multiplied by the people that are around these girls. So the families as well. It's like, a lot of people, and it's
Yeah.
only one action that you take that can make like a good effect, you know, like a domino effect for the good.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's the butterfly effect, isn't it?
Yeah.
And thank you for that, Marina. I was like, yes, I'm gonna donate. I already did though. But it's it is really, this is what we teach our girls, right? And we work with girls who are living in the most marginalized communities in the majority world. So they're living in the poorest countries, in the poorest communities. Many of our girls are refugees. Many of our girls are living in places of significant political crisis, like we're working in Haiti right now. You know, there's so much that our girls are dealing with, and they still know that they have a responsibility to take action. And I can tell you that we have like close to 100% success rate with our girls all doing exactly what they said they would do, right? And so our girls
Mm-hmm.
who are between 13 and 18 living in places like Haiti and in refugee camps in Iraq can do this, then you most definitely can, right? And
Exactly.
that's how
Yeah.
we're gonna create change. So I'm gonna end it there. Marina, thank you so much for giving us your time late at night. Thank you for sharing this in your networks. I'm gonna post it now, and then I'll add you as a
Okay.
collaborator. Um, for those of you who speak Portuguese, eu falo um pouco de português, mas eu nem é muito difícil a falar em português. Então, nós vamos fazer de subtitle
Yes.
antes, yeah? But not right now. So, but soon.
Obrigada, Jules.
De nada. Obrigada para vocês. Tchau, tchau.
Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah.
Everyone supporting as well. Thank you, Jules,
Yeah.
for the talk. It was amazing.
Yeah. Thank you, Marina. Yeah, it was. Boa noite. Ciao, ciao.
Boa noite.